I usually go. I'm dealing with phones. I had a Samsung before I upgraded to the iPhone. We're gonna see if they have the right one on stock. All right, so I got myself the iPhone 17, and I'll show it a little bit later. Have it right here, and just got it. I'll tell you why later. All right, so I got the iPhone 17, and one thing I like about it, of course, I had to get another phone because of the lightning cord on the iPhone 11. But what I like about it is the quick access to the camera, which is this button right here. And that's pretty awesome. That was a screenshot, I think, right there. Also, you can go video here, and the zoom on it is pretty incredible. I'll just zoom it right here, just like that. And you're seeing some of the zoom right here. iPhone 17 Pro. And I'll try out some of the footage. I've already got some footage now. And anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. All right, it's Saturday, October 25th. I got my new iPhone 17 Pro, and it's $557. That's why it took a little bit of time at the cell phone shop, the cell phone store, to get everything transferred over. Now they do a thing where they just lay the phone next to the other phone. They literally just lay them side by side, and it just transfers all the information to one phone to another. It's crazy how technology just gets insane. Resetting accumulated info, and welcome to the Please Subscribe show. Let me go ahead and hit Please Subscribe right here. Now wait a minute, 1 more minute. Okay, now for the PayPal. I'm using the iPhone 11 for footage for right now. I will probably put in some iPhone 17. So I gotta figure out exactly how I'm gonna airdrop it and all that kind of stuff. And I just got everything, so I'll see if I can put in some iPhone footage. And right now we're just gonna stick to the logistics, and this is the time when I pick up food at restaurants and then drop it off at your doorstep. So we'll still do the calls and everything. I was using an SE, and now I'll be using this puppy right here, which is the iPhone 17 with the iPhone 11. So it's like, I got thrown right into this, really quick, so I have to figure things out. So I don't know how. Probably what I'll do is airdrop the iPhone 17 stuff into the Mac, and then just include that into the editor. It probably won't be that, and if I really need to put down that's an iPhone 17 shot, you'll probably be able to figure it out for the telescopic lens, which this thing has. It's got 3 cameras. You'll probably be able to tell eventually. That might be why you might watch it. So hoping for more subscribers because of that. Coming up on the Butterfly. It's part of the, I guess maybe the Pilates and yoga place right next door. I don't know. But it's right there. It's been there for a while. It's probably just a butterfly that landed there, or artists created it, most likely. It depends on how you think. If you're rational or you live in a fantasy land. This is Critter. He's part of the mirror critter species. He likes to live and laugh and smell good. And he hangs on mirrors and stares at me. Amazon truck coming up. There's the Amazon guy dropping it off. All right, here we go. All right, got the first one on the new iPhone. 611 arrival. It's a Chipotle. 4 minutes, 0.8 miles for the pickup. All right, Chipotle on its way. 618 arrival, 2 minutes, 0.4 for the delivery. All right, so I'm going to be using the iPhone 11 until I figure out how I'm going to take footage from the iPhone 17 and add it. So I'm not going to put a bunch of footage on the iPhone 17 right now, just very little, but you'll be able to figure out which one, because I'll show the telescopic lens. I'll show how the lens is. You'll be able to tell that way. All right. Straightest switch foot, I'm pretty sure it's this one. Catch this one. There's the first floor. It's kind of hidden by the stairs. It looks like a maintenance door, but anyway, it did to me. All right. Alrighty, got one at Rodeo Goat, 6:31 arrival, 3 minutes, 0.5 miles for the pickup. And after the rain, there was a tremendous amount of rain that just came through here when I was at the cell phone store, picking up the new phone. And it came through this big sheet of rain. You can kind of see. Still on the iPhone 11 as a camera, using that for mostly service and some camera stuff too. Remember, Velvet Taco, it's always open late. We got $3 margaritas at this I don't know what, I can't say the name of it right there. I don't know what, Los Garados or something. I didn't get the name quick enough, sorry. It's right next to Velvet Taco. But we're headed to Rodeo Goat right now. That's the one with the little goat on top of the bar. And now they also play Willie Nelson usually when I'm going in there, or something similar to Willie Nelson. And now I'm kind of talking your ear off. I'm just a little excited. I got the new phone. They say easier is better, but until you get used to it, you know. This is the one that looks like Philip Seymour Hoffman with a mixed drink and a crow in his head. Jimmy Joan Jenkins mural. He also has a mural on Velvet Taco. They're both printed, or at least painted on there in 2017. I don't know if they were printed or not. That one looks like it might have been, but that was probably done by hand. Okay, Rodeo Goat. All right, it's Halloween galore. That's gonna be what, Wolverine and Spider-Man maybe, yeah. At least when they drop the gym membership. So I don't know if Wolverine would have. Spider-Man maybe for a little while, but he would never stop dieting on whatever he was on. Okay, Rodeo Goat. There he is, the little goat, right up there. The skeleton on it now. We'll have to get a closer shot, as long as it's probably they play commercial music like crazy, so I'll have to get a very quick shot of it. There's the Rodeo Goat pickup window. Yeah, the Rodeo Goat does have a skeleton on top of it. All right, Rodeo Goat on its way, 6:51 arrival, 15 minutes, 8.8 miles for the delivery. All right. Alright, so I'm just kind of looking through the lens of the iPhone 17, and I'm going to, if I'm going to use telescopic, I just have to go like this, right? And you can kind of see it right there. You see the clouds. And I'm going to record that right there. Just like that. Get a little bit of footage. I'm going to turn that off just like that. Alright, I plugged it back in. And we're off. Well, we're actually on, but you know what I mean. Not off yet. Alright. I'm not going to reveal all the information, but so far it's pretty smooth when it comes to service. I'm able to access pretty much everything. It has asked permission to access the iPhone 11. I might get into that a little bit later, but I had to kind of start a little late today, like I said, because when I was at the cell phone store, I had to upgrade. And they do a thing where they lay the phones side by side. And they do it in the same direction, so it looked something like maybe like that. Well, can't really show it, you know, like that. Can I show it? Let me see. I don't know if you can see that, but let's see. Probably not. Anyway, there we go. Can you see that? I can see it, but you can't see it, I guess. Sorry about that. But they lay them side by side, so just if the other phone was like that, and then it just transfers all the information to the other phone. And then you gotta wait a little bit of time, you know, maybe 40 minutes or so, before everything starts to download the apps and things like that. And there's a few things the technician or the salesperson, which are almost the same, has to do. A couple buttons they have to push, and then it starts to download things. Alright. How would you show that? That's what I was trying to do. And kind of show them side by side. So they lay them side by side to download everything. It rained massively yesterday and last night. It was a big torrential rain that came through. Of supposedly 2 inches. I don't know the amount. Maybe 1.8 inches or something like that. But it was probably around 2 in the morning or 3 in the morning, I think. And then today it hit at around 4, I think. 4 p.m. This is after the rain. You can clearly see the difference. So far, I'm pretty impressed with the iPhone 17 footage, even though this is iPhone 11. It's unbelievable. I don't know. The filmmaker dream might not be that far away, especially with how powerful their cameras are. Channel 11 tower there. It's been there since I was a kid. It looked about the same too. I don't think that tower's changed one bit over the last 30 years. I could be wrong, don't quote me on that. Go ahead and go with full zoom on this to 16 times. And that's the 0.5 there. All right, St. Paul Lutherans. The church billboard says, "If we are asked, he hears us." I think it's if we ask, he hears us. Thanks so much. All right, he should be moving here pretty quick. I don't know if he was going in a zap or not. He was going somewhere. Zap Kitchen on the way. 7:29 arrival. 6 minutes, 2 miles for the delivery. All right, I got one at Flower Child. 7:41 arrival, 8 minutes, 2.4 miles for the pickup. All right, I didn't know this existed, but there's a little side entrance to Flower Child off of Rogers, if you know where Rogers is. And it'll just kind of spin you, probably past or behind. Yeah, that's one of the clothing boutiques. Yeah, it spins you kind of on the outside of the whole mall where Apple was, and then Apple's in the same mall but on the other side. They went more to the northern side, I guess. They were on the southern side. They switched over way over there. Flower Child is right, I think, over here. Over this way, which was right next to Apple. Okay, here we go. There's a little shortcut off of Rogers, a little side road. It's not really, I guess, not a shortcut depending on where you are. And this is where Apple moved. Apple moved over there, to the northern side of the village, Park University, the University Park Village, and that's their old store over there. And that's Flower Child, it's the same spot. All right. It's iPhone 11. That would be iPhone 17. So that's the iPhone 17 as opposed to the iPhone 11. This one's the iPhone 11. All right, Flower Child on its way, 7:59 arrival, 11 minutes, 3.3 miles. I'm currently on my iPhone 11. On our way. This is like almost like a jungle garden, but it's got some skeletons in it, I guess for the Halloween. Way back there, I think. Barely see it. I could probably show it on the iPhone 17. I'll get a little glimpse on the iPhone 17. Give me a second. See it right there? There we go. It's got a little friend back there in the bushes. All right, picked up a Papa John's. 8:14 arrival, 4 minutes, 1.4 mile for the pickup. And I don't know if that's a Snoopy or what. No, it's a ghost. Oh, okay. Like a Casper knockoff or something. On a swing. Just a ghost on a swing. So what I'm noticing now on the iPhone 17 Pro is you're gonna have this little trigger right here, which is gonna activate the camera immediately. And I'm noticing at night, whoops, accidentally, I might post that one. You're dealing with brighter, it's a little brighter at night. So you can see, from what I noticed, just being very used to the iPhone 11, this is the 17, that it seems to illuminate right here in the dark a little bit more. So it may do better with low light. Let me turn this light off here, kind of see. That's one thing I'm noticing. All right, I just got some more iPhone 17 footage, and back to the iPhone 11. You can clearly tell the difference. Yeah, the iPhone 17 has a way better camera, especially than just a standard iPhone 11. Very much so. You gotta see how bright that is. That's pretty cool. All right, Papa John's on its way. 8:37 arrival, 14 minutes, 4.2 miles for the delivery. One little thing I noticed about the iPhone 17 Pro is at the top it has like a little quick toolbar thing. So you touch on it and you're back to kind of task at hand, which I thought was cool. I wonder if it goes back. That's probably where the camera is for the selfie. And then you can switch back that way. The iPhone 11 doesn't have that. Listen to White Oak. And these lights right here from the rain are still blinking red. Other parts of the city the same. It's pretty creepy. Pretty subtle and creepy. Almost some Hollywood magic.
But I'm interested in the medicine women.
All right, Mellow Mushroom on the way. 8:51 arrival, 8 minutes, 2.4 miles for the pickup. I noticed that people kind of started acting a little weird during Halloween. It's like they're getting into character. There was like a lady with a witch's hat that came around the corner from that rocking chair, and she's kind of quiet, acting kind of witchy. I was thinking, okay, people are trying to get into character for Halloween because we'll be there in about 6 days. All right, going to Mellow Mushroom. All right, looks like they got some light on it. 274. All right, Mellow Mushroom on its way. 9:08 arrival, 9 minutes, 3.7 miles for the delivery. All right, that's Gregory Alan Isaacoff. I think the song, let me see if I can find the song. It's from the Weatherman album. The Weatherman, the full album. Hey, Trinity Metro, slow down. Okay, so it's on the full album. One way you can kind of find out is sometimes it will show you. You go like this. Oh yeah, Astronaut. The song, I guess the song is called Astronaut. All right, headed to Whataburger. 9:29 arrival. 4 minutes, 1.7 mile for the pickup. Got myself the iPhone 17 Pro. Same size as my iPhone 11. It just does way more. All right, we'll get to that later. I don't know. They were in traffic. Animal House characters, but they got out of traffic, so they were in the road for a moment. But now they're just walking on the public easement. Probably a sorority around here. Or fraternity, one of the two. Coming up on Whataburger. What a burger. It's actually what a burger. What a burger. There it is, the Berry Street one. All right, Whataburger on its way. 9:39 arrival, 2 minutes, 0.4 miles for the delivery. $7-Eleven on its way, 10:01 arrival, 5 minutes, 1.5 miles for the delivery. One and two. All right, the TCU McDonald's Berry on our way. 10:08 arrival, 1 minute, 0.4. The delivery. Let's see if this person goes in. They're in pajamas, furry pajamas. It doesn't look like they went in. It's probably just the drive-thru. Alrighty, McDonald's on the way. 10:18 arrival, 6 minutes, 1.7 mile for the delivery.
The customer.
All right, looks like we got the Burger King on Seminary. 10:28 arrival, 6 minutes, 1.7 mile for the pickup. All right, there's a Whopper Wednesday meal special, if that makes a difference. Do 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 do. Burger King, home of the Whopper. Yes, hello. It looks like they have the Jack-o'-lantern Whopper. The combo, it's about, well, $1,400 for the sandwich alone's about 8 or 90 calories. And it looks like we got 2 orders at Burger King, so we're headed out right now. All right, this Burger King on its way. 10:39 arrival, 3 minutes, 0.9 mile for the delivery. First one of the 2. It's Bach playing, by the way. That's what they said on the radio. It says Don Giovanni. Oh, it's Mozart. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I think the previous song was Bach. This one's Mozart. Alright, I get it now. Now they're playing Bach. Okay. I got it. the song before was Mozart, or the music before was Mozart. All right, second Burger King on its way. It's 10:49 arrival, 3 minutes, 1 mile for the delivery. Alright, that was like a back house kind of thing. Dogs all around. All right, looks like we got one at 7-Eleven. Which is 11:24 arrival, 1 minute, 250 feet. All right, this 7-Eleven roller and 3 Ocean spray is on its way. 11:36 arrival, 9 minutes, 3.2 miles for the block is without lights. I don't know if that was green or not. Whoops. Sorry about that. Got some iPhone 17 footage. Cats. last one for tonight. Papa John's, 11:46 arrival, 3 minutes, 1.3 mile for the pickup. Every man for himself with a stop light here at East Berry. Papa John's is way down this way. All right, looks like that one was already picked up at Papa Murphy's. All right, that Papa John's was a no-go. We got one at Email Tacos. It's 11:59 arrival, 4 minutes, 1.9 mile for the pickup. Pretty good jumping tonight. They wanted only green sauce, so I'm trying to get them green sauce. All right, this Emil Tacos is on its way. 12:14 arrival, 5 minutes, 1.8 mile for the delivery. Exactly if I'm a good enough editor to get some of this, but you'll be able to see some of it. I'll have to do a little bit of work. Ooh, wow, yeah. We got B shots going on right here. Give me a second. I guess I'll just, what I'll probably do is airdrop the iPhone 17 Pro footage and speckle that in to the editor and see how I do that. Never done this before, so this will be my first time. Let me think if that's true or not. Yeah, I think, yeah, this would be my first time to use 2 cameras as a vlogger. But, you know, I'm sure other people have done it. I know that, going back to Adam, one of my teachers, I guess, on YouTube, he sometimes will use, I don't know about a coffee break. Let's look at this right here. That's from 1 John 15. If we ask, he hears us. But going back to the vlogging, he'll sometimes use, a lot of them that have professional cameras, like Canons or Sonys or whatever, they sometimes will use the iPhone. So they'll speckle it in when they can. So this would be a good exercise for me. And editing with 2 different cameras. Ultimately, I would want to hire an editor if I became a filmmaker. I think it's exciting to capture. The editing room, to me, if it comes to an actual film, it can be exciting if we have the music and everything is there. But that's where all the work is. It's in the editing room. All right. I think y'all probably know that. At least you actually, do this kind of stuff. And it's a lot of work. Probably going to be titled Delivery FW dash tried out my new iPhone 17 Pro with the iPhone 11 foggy night. Whether we get today's kitty is, it's probably just gonna get back, just film kitty. I'm making probably just like a burrito and ham and cheese, like just a wrapped tortilla with ham and cheese, probably. Maybe put some Taco Bell sauce on it. I'm just confident with the iPhone 11. I still have to dump the iPhone 17 footage and then mix it in, pepper it in. I'll probably hopefully be able to do it from memory. Remembering, okay, that goes here. And mostly with the iPhone 17, it was just experimental for, experimenting with what it could do. I know about the iPhone 11. I've been using it for nearly 6 years. It's hard to believe this thing has been going on. This p.s.s has been going on since 2020. We're in the 5th year. So we're going to find ways to use the iPhone 17, which, it's kind of a souped up camera. So on Zooms and stuff like that, maybe I would use it. And then, of course, it does have some great footage as well. Meaning it has some great camera action. I need to watch a little bit on it, like, do some study on the specs of the iPhone. I wasn't expecting to get an iPhone 17. I was thinking about getting another one, like a lower one, but they don't really, they're only going to sell the most new stuff at your cell phone store. So you ask for like an older model, they're like, well, no, you're gonna have to get that somewhere else, So, and they actually said I would save money getting an iPhone 17 with the promotion that's going on right now. So, you might want to try your cell phone store and see. And it is very foggy. I got a lot of work to do. You'll be seeing kind of what they call, it's not really a V shot, but it's like 2 cameras, right? V shots are one camera this way, the other camera the other way. But there are 2 cameras going on, so you would get the idea when you watch one show, you'd remember some of the footage from the other show. That might be better, even though it's going to come off as probably a little random. And the iPhone 11 one will be a show as well. So I could say, tried out the new iPhone 17. That'd be for this one. And then I filmed, or I videoed my iPhone 17 with my iPhone 11, because that's what I did. So I will probably do that. All right, and we'll go ahead and green light it for reals. Got it. kitty. Good night. All right, kitty, before we feed you, we gotta feed the outdoor kitty, which is Amy. That's a good kitty. That's Amy. All right, so I will be doing a separate iPhone 17 show. That's the iPhone 17 Pro. And I'm holding the iPhone 11, so might be something they want to watch. All right, here we go with today's kitty. There is one kitty with 9 lives, and each life has a number. Numbers 1 through 9. Swirl the cat food and pick a cat food. Today's kitty will be having fancy feast, gravy lovers, ocean whitefish, and tuna feast in gravy. All right. Here we go, kitty. Right over this way. 1 and 2. There we go. And I will just be making tortilla, some ham lunch meat, Swiss, a couple of these white whole mushrooms. I'm going to cut them up. And baby spinach, a little bit of sea salt with some of this deli salsa. So I'll probably just show you the after effects of that. They say there's no ice water or iced tea in hell. All right, I did decide to do half of an avocado on my taco. It's mostly just spinach, Swiss cheese, and some cold ham. I'm gonna microwave it, and I'm gonna add some of this salt. Just on the avocado. It does a whole lot for the avocado. Plus to watch your salts when you're dieting, but I don't know, just have this one special time. Making some tea. And then with the chips, I'll have some sea salt with the salsa. And I made some of these too, which are like mushrooms with pico de gallo. Okay. Microwave this. About, we'll do a minute. Cut it off probably about 10 seconds before. right, here it comes. There's the taco with the avocado. I'll add a little spoonful of the salsa. That should be, I think, ham's about 100, the cheese is 100, the tortilla is 70, I'll round up to 100. It's about, 350. This one is probably, the whole thing is probably about 400. With the 13 chips, 140, about 550. Okay. Alright. First we're gonna add some pepper to our taco. Whoa. Let's see. tastes kind of like a breakfast taco. I was watching this guy on the Kevin Nealon show, and he studied acting, and he ended up taking over all these restaurants. I used to walk in with Kevin Nealon from Saturday Night Live. He has a hiking show where it's like a talk show. This is a mushroom with pico de gallo on it. The avocado shot out. Put it back in there. These avocado oil, sea salt. I haven't really been able to eat anything other than ramen noodle for a while. We finally went shopping. Here's some of this salsa. It's a big breath of air. Anyway. See what's on. Oh, I was going to use this time to assess. So today we got an iPhone 17 Pro. Some of the footage which will go up on a separate vlog along with this one. And this one will kind of show some of that. We'll show some of the screen, or show some of the screen of the iPhone 17 Pro. This is an iPhone 11. All right, y'all have a good night. First I want to see what's on. There I am, and I don't know. The news looks friendly, but it is not always. We'll find something. Oh look, 4C4 is 4 months ago. There's Grigoryan Asakov, Trent the Traveler a year ago. Anyway, I got a lot to do tonight. Have another bite of my taco.